Only a few months after their comeback, CLC is back with yet another comeback. Excited for this one. Let's check this out today on the Culture Study. Hey groupies, welcome back to Form of Therapy. I'm the video channel producer, this is the Culture Study, and I'm your host. You can call me PD, and today we are going to be checking out Me by CLC. Now, as I said, this is their comeback since there are no promotions, which actually garnered them their first win. I am so happy for them, and I'm excited to check this one out. I know that it's only a single, there's not going to be an EP behind it, but I will be releasing my listening party for the CLC #1 EP, which I did a few months back. We've been sort of caught up with a lot of work and a lot of backlog of listening parties, but I believe those are one of the few last ones to get to. So that will be coming out sort of to celebrate this release, even if it is a single. So since there's not going to be a listening party for an EP this time, we'll put out the #1 EP instead. So look forward to that. And also, this video is brought to you by our Patreon. If you like what I do on this channel and you want to support our future endeavors, go ahead and go to patreon.com/formoftherapy. On the channel, you have early access to reactions. We have a lot of backlog, and then we also have live stage reactions, dance practices, Japanese J-pop reactions, and stuff like that. So if you want additional extra bonus content, head on over to our Patreon. It will also help fund more original content that I want to put out in the future. But again, that is completely optional and not mandatory. So do whatever you want. But for now, we're going to jump into this music video. This is Your Form of Therapy. Wow. Cool outfits. Has the military look to it. That guitar riff sounds a little bit tropical. I'm also going to be taking notes during the reaction in case there's anything noteworthy. Oh. Oh, interesting. Ooh, okay, I like that. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Oh, wow. That high ponytail is totally working for her. So unlike CLC's No, this one definitely tends to be more vocal focused than rap. Oh, okay. Interesting. Ooh, okay, hold on. Ooh. Very interesting choice to go for that for the second set. Yes. Okay. Okay, so I don't know what I was expecting with this comeback, but this surprised me in a very good way. This was fun, but powerful, and definitely sticking with the girl crush concept. I don't know if we can necessarily say that this goes harder than any of their other title tracks, but I feel like it has a lot more attitude to it. Again, that is debatable because they do have songs like Hobgoblin, Black Dress. It's so hard to put it in contrast with at least their past few years comebacks. A lot of them have been pretty aggressive, which is a great look that suits them. Now, what I like about this, first of all, the song is called Me, but there is actually a dual meaning to it. Now, when I was doing research before this comeback was happening, I read an article and they pointed out that the Chinese character here, I'm not sure if it's Hancha, but if it is Hancha, the Chinese character, it can mean beautiful in Chinese, but in Korean it would be pronounced me. Now, that's not to say the word is me, but the Chinese word that means beautiful, they would pronounce as me in Korea. So then that means the main chorus where they say the lyrics 아름다운 me. A beauty like me or beautiful comma me is kind of what they're saying. 아름다운 me. 아름다운 means beautiful, wonderful. Me, obviously they could be saying the Chinese word me, or they're saying me. So they're saying beautiful me, beautiful me. And the whole theme of this music video is beauty and art. And I love this music video, so let's talk about it. Okay, first off, a couple little things that stood out to me. The opening has like a tropical guitar riff, and that is sort of displayed in the music video. There's a lot of palm fronds in the music video, a lot of green. Even though they're indoors and there's a lot of artistic set pieces, they are sort of playing into the summer vibe with some set decoration. It's a good form of visual representation to kind of give you the summer vibe, even though the rest of the song doesn't necessarily have that. I feel like it's only the introduction that really has that vibe, and then throughout it becomes something else, a different sort of beast. But you have that constant thought you kind of associated with that summer vibe because of the visual display of the palm fronds. The theme of this music video is beauty and art, which goes hand in hand with the title of the song, Beautiful / Me, and with the lyrics. Now, there are several things that I really liked. The symbolism in this music video is actually pretty clever. First of all, I don't know her name. You know how there's that one member in a group pay attention to, but you don't make the effort to get to know more about them because you're like, I feel like they're gonna wreck me. For me, like, Yu-Gyum was always that member in GOT7. I was just like, I'm gonna pay attention to Jackson. Jackson's who I like. And then you get to a point where you're like, all right, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Every comeback, he's coming for me harder and harder. The girl, I could be wrong. Her name might be Seunggi. In a lot of their music videos, I think she is a little bit more tan than the other members. She's got very cat-like eyes, I feel like, very powerful aura, goes really hard with the dancing. And in this one in particular, she had this really cool, it was either gray or purple in her hair. There was this one set with her that I really liked where she's behind, like, I don't know if it's necessarily a glass case or like a plastic box. She's behind a clear wall and there's a painting drawn in front of her. The way she keeps moving in between that, she's literally saying that she is a work of art. Like, she is being the physical representation of that art piece. She's being the painting, because the style of the painting on the wall is very traditional, that kind of stuff with like a work of art. And so she's literally saying, I'm a work of art while she's in this cage. And then also later on in the music video, I do like how there's like black liquid and goo, maybe paint, kind of like leaking over it, sort of like turning ugly. The darkness is taking over, and then they're destroying the sculptures, they're breaking the mirrors. It's almost saying that they're deceptively beautiful. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm beautiful, 나는 아름다워, but behind it all, there is a fierceness to them, which is then displayed through their choreography. And then there's another piece I liked in the music video where they had like this narrow hallway, and then on one side it was, I think they were black ram busts or like the head sculpture things, like golden ram horns on it. And then on this side was like a white sculpture, but I think it was like a deer or a stag or something like that. It was definitely not a ram. And there were some shots that showed both of them. And then I feel like that is also playing on the duality. The ram represents probably a more powerful, more aggressive nature. The either deer or stag represents a sort of elegancy, the beauty. And one thing I want to talk about in regards to the song, the texture in it, it's not as rich and heavy and synth heavy as some of their other stuff. Like, definitely the electronica doesn't go as hard like it did with Black Dress or Hobgoblin, but it doesn't necessarily go the route of CLC's No either. It kind of is a little bit of everything, and it emulates 4 Minutes I Hate You, especially that chorus. That is a very familiar, powerful, sort of like an aggressive, violent horn sound. I like the pre-chorus. I feel like the pre-chorus is where it suddenly gets really exciting and like there's a lot of texture there, and then it's just like and then the chorus turns into something else. And so the song, I feel like it's not as heavy. There's a lot of percussion in the sound that keeps the rhythm going. And what I liked about the percussion is it kind of sounded like a ticking sound. And then in Yeon, the rapper, her solo scene, she was playing with something. I was like, what's she playing with? And she was playing with the needle of a clock. It was like a red thing, and she was playing with the needle of a clock, and behind her was actually a giant clock. And so literally they were incorporating a ticking sound into the percussion of the track, and then they actually showed a representation of the clock as well. That was pretty cool. And then the main dance scene where it's just blank white, which could be boring, but it wasn't boring because, again, they were going for that artistic minimalism. They just had a very tasteful red brushstroke, which I thought was perfect. Any other color wouldn't have worked. The red was perfect. There's something a little bit like menacing and very striking about the visual color of red on white. So I thought that worked very strongly to their advantage. Overall, I am thoroughly impressed. Even though it's only a single, I am grateful that we are getting any song at all opposed to an EP. Obviously, I would have preferred an EP because I have just now really been getting into CLC. You know, I've been casually listening to CLC. Really, I had only listened to CLC's title tracks over the years. And then with their Black Dress comeback, I really liked Black Dress. So I was like, okay, I'll check out the B-sides. And I liked the B-sides. But then when I checked out CLC's #1 that came out a few months ago with their No promotions, that one sent me over the moon. I thought that was a phenomenal EP. Every song on that album is just tremendous, and I think it's one of my favorite EPs of the year for sure. When I heard that they were doing a comeback, I was like, yes, another EP. I was super excited. You know, it's a single. Still, like I said, I'm glad we got anything at all. I would say this is a fantastic comeback. It's a great music video. It's a fun song. All good on my end. Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of the Culture Study. I hope you learned something today. Let me know what you thought about the song and the music video in the comments down below. And hey, like I said, if you guys would like to support us and our team, head on over to patreon.com/formatherapy. You get early access to videos like this. And like I said, we have live stages, J-pop reactions, and more. However, supporting us monetarily is optional. We get it. Some of you don't have money, or some of you just are, you know, you don't want to support monetarily. That's completely fine. You can, however, support us for free by clicking like down below right here. Seriously, it helps us out with YouTube's search algorithm. It's the best free way to help us. Also, if you're new here, go ahead and click subscribe. And whether you're new or you've been here a while, if you want to be notified when we upload a video, go ahead and turn on the notification bell next to the subscription button as well. And if you would like to binge all our other videos, check it out over here.